Harvard students aren't smarter than you. They don't have bigger brains. They don't have magical memory. They're not born elite. But they do have something else, a system. And that system gives them an unfair advantage. While you're rereading notes like an idiot, they're rewiring their brain in real time. While you're cramming the night before, they're locking information in permanently. Same textbooks, same internet, completely different results. I'm about to show you exactly what they're doing. And by the end of this, you'll never study the same way again. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Intelligence. Most people think Harvard students are geniuses. Wrong. Psychologist Anders Ericsson spent decades studying top performers. His conclusion? Talent is overrated. Performance comes from systems, not IQ, not luck, systems. Harvard doesn't select geniuses. It selects people who already know how to learn. And then it upgrades that system. But here's the problem, though. You think you're learning. You're not. You read notes, highlight pages, watch lectures. Feels productive, feels smart. It's useless. This is called the illusion of competence. Researchers in Make It Stick prove this. When you reread something, it feels familiar. So your brain lies to you. Yeah, I know this. No, you don't. Recognition is not memory. Harvard students know this. So they don't reread. They interrogate. After every lecture, they close everything. And they ask, what did I just learn? No notes, no hints, just recall. If they can't explain it simply, they don't understand it. You read passively. They retrieve aggressively. That's advantage number 1. Chapter 2. The feedback loop from hell. Most people avoid mistakes. Harvard students chase them. Why? Because mistakes are biological gold. Robert Bjork calls this desirable difficulty. When you struggle, your brain flags it as important. When you fail, your brain releases neurochemicals to fix the gap. That's how memory forms. But here's what you do. You study until it feels easy. You avoid confusion. You avoid failure. Congratulations, you just avoided learning. Harvard flips this. They create constant pressure. Cold calls in class, rapid questioning, public mistakes. It's uncomfortable. It's supposed to be because pressure forces retrieval. Retrieval strengthens memory. Example, you read a chapter, then immediately test yourself. You get half wrong. Perfect. Now your brain knows exactly what matters. Then you fix it. Then test again. Cycle repeats. Fast, brutal, effective. But here's the problem, though. Even if you test yourself, you'll still forget everything because your brain is broken. Chapter 3. Your brain is a leaky bucket. You learned something today. Tomorrow, half gone. Next week, 90% gone. Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered this in 1885. It's called the forgetting curve, and it's brutal. Most people ignore it. Harvard students don't. They weaponize it. Instead of cramming, they space. Instead of long sessions, they revisit at the exact moment before forgetting. That timing is everything. Too early, waste of time. Too late, start over. Perfect timing, memory locked, permanently. This is spaced repetition. Used by med students, used by language learners, used by anyone serious. Tools like Anki automate it. But the principle matters more than the tool. Short sessions, repeated over time. That beats your 6-hour cram session. Every time. You think intensity wins. Wrong. Consistency beats intensity, always. Hit subscribe before you forget this. We fix leaks here. Chapter 4. Environment is the hidden advantage. You think Harvard wins because of professors. Wrong. It's the environment. You're studying with distractions. Phone buzzing, tabs open, music playing, notifications everywhere. Your brain is fractured. Cal Newport calls this attention residue. Every time you switch tasks, part of your brain stays behind. University of California found it takes 23 minutes to refocus. 23 minutes. You switch every 3 minutes. Do the math. You never focus. Harvard students create artificial scarcity. Libraries with silence rules. Study groups with strict focus. No phones, no noise. Deep work. Sustained concentration. That's where learning happens. Not in chaos. But here's the thing, though. Focus alone isn't enough. You can focus hard and still learn slowly. Chapter 5. They don't learn more. They learn less. This is where it gets unfair. Most people try to learn everything. Every detail, every page, every concept. Harvard students don't. They filter. They look for the 20%, the small subset that drives results. Pareto principle. 80% of results come from 20% of input. Example. In economics, a few models explain most behavior. In programming, a few patterns solve most problems. In writing, a few principles create clarity. Harvard students obsess over those. They ignore the noise. You try to carry everything. They compress. Just like surgeons use chunking. Thousands of facts become a few mental models. Simple, portable, powerful. You memorize details. They understand systems. That's advantage 5. Chapter 6. They teach before they're ready. Most people wait until they understand something. before they explain it. Harvard students do the opposite. They teach immediately, even when they're confused, especially when they're confused. Why? Because teaching exposes gaps. If you can't explain it, you don't understand it. Simple. Studies show that preparing to teach improves retention dramatically because it forces structure, clarity, precision. So here's what they do. Learn something, explain it out loud. Fix the gaps, repeat, fast feedback loop. You keep knowledge in your head. They externalize it. That's why they improve faster. Chapter 7. The real unfair advantage. You think it's intelligence. You think it's resources. You think it's Harvard? Wrong. The real advantage is speed of feedback. Harvard students don't wait weeks to find out they're wrong. They know immediately. Every class, every discussion, every assignment. Constant correction, constant adjustment. That's how they compress years into months. You study, then test later. They test while studying. Big difference. But here's the problem though. Even if you copy all of this, most of you won't. You'll watch this, feel motivated, do nothing. Because your environment is still broken. Your habits are still weak. Your brain is still addicted to distraction. And until you fix that, none of this matters. That's why I made this video breaking down exactly how to eliminate distraction and rewire your brain for deep focus. Because without focus, all of this is useless. Watch it next. Create a new script and title.